number 2 versus number 4 as we're working on closing out this CEVO MLG Pro League Season 8 here in the next week or two. We're into the pistol round in Dust 2 now, though.
This is pretty much must win for G2 Kinguin if they want to secure the position on LAN. If they lose this, like both maps, I feel like they've almost got a foot out of it, but they've started so well in this round. Existence was the last remaining player with RPK. They've both been taken down, and G2 Kinguin, without losing a single player, Rain picks up 3. And if his confidence starts to get rolling, good things will come. Titan have a decision to make here. They didn't get the bomb planted. Are they just going to save up for the round 3, or are they going to go for a force? Looks like Existence. He's going to go for this. Quite a late decision, though, but they do go for the force up here from Titan.
Yeah, so 1 P90 coming out, but seeing a lot of the P90s today. They were going in for 2 quite often. But expecting that force buy-in here. It comes out from Titan, the pistols and the armor. No Deagles, surprisingly. As it was kind of like the French teams that really started the recent Deagle trend that we see so much now. But not looking to invest that heavily. Fox playing on the back of the B platform. Waiting for this delay explode. There are 4 people there. Existence just eating a nade over here. Gets that smoke out, gets the flash. He's trying to fake the mid to be split. Instead, they're just all coming out the main exit, trying to get through that smoke, but Fox not allowing it. RPK going to be brought down actually by Rain. Fox moving in to try and save the day, but he runs out of ammunition. Player to his right, and yeah, he will get him. So only Rain going to fall, and Rain already out to 5 kills.
Yep, already cruising along. He'll pick himself up the M4, which I believe was actually dropped across to him, so he could get the armor and full grenades as well. So Titan, after their force buy, again unable to pull the trigger and get that bomb planted. So it's going to force them into the save in this one. G2 Kinguin going for the aggressive play. You'll see a lot of teams do this. It stops the potential for the all-out rush to pay out. It gives the information to the CTs, allows them to lock down the sites, and that's a crucial frag, and the bomb has been dropped now on the site. That's horrendous for Titan. It really stops the hopes of rotating and trying to play the mind games with G2 Kinguin. Not putting them down with ease. It's all on Existence. Glock in his hands, no bomb. And I think he'll just be hoping for 1 frag here. That would be the jackpot for him. Very unlikely he's going to get even that done, though.
Oh, say that.
Jacob just got wrecked.
Then he takes him out. So 1 kill for Existence. Nice $300 to pad the pockets with, and hey, allows him to get that HE and or the smoke, depending on which way he would have bought those nades. But here you go. Rifle round coming out. The P90 from Dennis will stay, and the scout actually from Makalele going to stay as well. Let's see if he can't maybe find a headshot. Take on one of these Titan players right off start of this round. G2 Kinguin already with 3 rounds, having won the pistol, and that's going to be very, very good, considering when we looked at the team versus team, the head-to-head matchup, both of these teams known for winning a large amount of the T-side rounds, the majority of the T-side rounds in their half. So the fact that G2 Kinguin have already got out and found 3 just from the start, that's going to bode it pretty well for them. And here's Rain with another. He's going to bring down RPK, that top-performing player for Titan, actually, here in CEVO.
Yeah, very dangerous player indeed. The second player dropping as well as Existence. G2 Kinguin seem hungry for this game. They've really shown up. You did mention before as well, probably feeling pretty warmed up going from 1 best of 2 straight into the next. The Hell Races took them to the very limits there. Smiths and Scream. Bomb has been planted. What a fantastic amount of weaponry to play with from G2 Kinguin. Just a Molotov. And there's Smith from the box as well. He gets forced in. Dennis answers back. And that's all on Scream. He's been picked off. They have a defuse kit on both players. This will get defused, and G2 Kinguin will pick up their 4th round with ease. Trade out that scout, I'm sure, to an AK-47 from Makalele. There we go. In actual fact, one of his teammates can drop him an AWP pretty easily. So this is going to be a very good buy-up from G2 Kinguin.
Yeah, normally you'll be saying at that point, oh, they lost 3 people, so it's still going to cost them a bit since they're on the CT side. But since they didn't even upgrade going into that, right? They still kept the P90, they still kept the scout. It's not a big deal that they lost 3 people, so the ops come out. And actually, right away, it's the double ops. Thinking that maybe Titan watched that previous game, and really they didn't double op very often. So here you go, Fox pushing into the Xbox, trying to spot out lower B, and takes that shot and will have to retreat away. And honestly, lucky to be alive. Those Tech 9s are starting to get closer, and they maybe could have brought him down And of course, Macaulay with his op playing on car, watching on that catwalk, which is where all the terrorists are congregated right now.
Yeah, pretty standard play from Titan. You can see a lot of teams will go for this on their seed rounds. It doesn't necessarily make Dust 2 the most entertaining map to cast at times, because this is just, you know, pretty normal, but
Oh, fuck.
when Existence peeks out of the connector, sorry, out of short, and just drops from the CT spawn and picks up that frag, things get very, very scary for G2 Kinguin now. And I heard you saying, oh fuck, he really should have had that kill. And him dying was instrumental in Titan getting this bomb planted. And it's far from over for G2 Kinguin. They can retake this site, but it's going to be difficult. Are they going to expect shots to be this close angle? Not originally from Jacob, but he's only had a Tech 9 and not an AK-47. Here comes Dennis just barreling through on the doors. Beautiful headshot from Scream. And a second as well. He's looking for his third frag. He spotted Jacob. Jacob's only on 33 HP, and Scream gets the 1v3 clutch. One of the star players, and for good reason too. But G2 Kinguin will be holding their head in their hands, wondering how they let that round slip through.
Man, headshots from Scream, go figure. With that Tech 9 behind the double stack in sight, and I don't know, man, you hate to point out players, but Fox is walking around middle. He takes that aggressive op shots, right? So he's got an op, he pushes up middle, he gets out. Then he pulls out a 5-7 because he expects people to push doors, sees this smoke drop off of the catwalk, which has got a signal that they're thinking about jumping off. I mean, you're playing Titan, like that's all they do is jump off of catwalk. And then he pulls out this op to stare at a smoke. I think it would have just been better off keeping out the 5-7, and then even still, like, he should have just hit the op shot as well. It's, I don't know. I think that was the key moment in the round where it kind of fell apart.
No,
and even still, they maybe could have had the retake, but...
Yeah, but I completely agree with you. If Fox lands that shot, it forces Titan into a very one-dimensional play. And I feel like it's easy. But look at G2 Kinguin's Makalele with 2 orb shots there. Shocks, Scream, RPK. Will be able to scamper onto the bomb and potentially get this planted as well. The key man here is Shocks. If he can get round the back of Short, and he's called this perfectly, he's only there to start off with because he's got 3 HP, but he can now be the executioner of GT King with hard force unless they get picked off beforehand with Scream and RPK shots and Titan bouncing back here on Dusty.
Yeah, I mean, RPK gets 2 kills on the round, and at the end there only did find the 1, but I'm pretty sure he did majority of the damage to that second guy as well. So very well done to hold on to that. And of course, even if it didn't work, there was a man flanking. So Titan making their way back into this, and here it is, a full eco. And Rain tagged as he crosses down to 18 HP here from Smiths. Shocks watching the long push, and the bomb is working its way into B. Rain at the barrels. Again, a very low Scream takes him down. Somehow, Dennis peeking in there will take out RPK. And at this point, it should just be post up for exits and try to live as long as possible. Be a bit of a nuisance, but no, Existence! He buys a submachine gun and farms up some money here.
Yeah, 3 kills that round, not bad. See the economy now booming for Titan. Complete opposite could be said for Kinguin. I don't think they're going to have an AWP. No, they're not. They didn't have enough. They could have gone for like a glass cannon AWP, but I feel like the assault rifle is probably the smarter of the plays. So is this going to force G2 Kinguin's hands into an aggressive play up long? I feel like that could definitely be one of the ways forward here. They've got 2 players that are coming up. It's going to be Jacob and Dennis. And they are looking here. And they could find something. 3 players for Titan are situated around long. None of them are the push just yet, though. Shock straight down into lower tunnels. It's going to get information here, and the smoke as well. And G2 Kinguin now backing away, playing a more disciplined approach. The reason I said they may go for the aggressive play is because they lack utility. Like, you can already see 4 players only have 1 grenade each. And this is the issue. They can just get forced in. If they have 2 players stacked up, they could have probably repelled that push. As it stands, though, long has now been lost.
Yeah, well, Makalele, at least he found Cat, and Yakum gonna bring down Existence, and maybe gonna get some more. He will spray down Scream, hitting him with a headshot, then onto Smiths, who can't find just an area of attack. Yakum too strong, and now, oh my gosh, very rarely do you get quad peeked. But it happens there to RPK.
Alright, long is lost, and it was, but what a retake from G2 Kinguin. Just set up there on catwalk, everybody landing the headshots. Fantastic play from them. I thought that round was done, honestly. As soon as that first kill comes down, I'm thinking, yep, Titan just push onto the site. This is a formality. Not the case whatsoever. All the credit to G2 Kinguin. Very well played.
Yeah, I mean, putting a bit more of a presence on Cat and kind of playing it like maybe you would a pistol round, just doing that retake from the catwalk on the rifles. And maybe in a response to the fact that Titan has been jumping off the catwalk. Titan are kind of known for jumping off catwalk, getting into CT. Caught Fox off that one round, and Yakum once more. He's going to bring down Scream. And taking down Scream with a headshot, always got to feel pretty good. Makalele gets the jumping existence. And another kill there for Yakum with a nade on the Shocks. Did he tag him? He tagged him as well. Or was that the fire burning? I really couldn't tell. I mean, Makalele yesterday, remember? He hit that jumping op shot on train.
Yeah. Disgusting.
From really far away. And they're on the catwalk. They're a little more manageable, even though they shouldn't be. But here is Smiths. Has a P250 to try to get him out of there, but no. Bomb has been planted. RPK trying to hold on. Wolf fall in the 1 versus 3. And another round here for G2 Kingwin. So that'll mark 2 in a row.
And when you see Smiths drop down there in a 3v2 post-plant scenario, you're thinking, what are you doing? Like, why would you go for that? But what you need to keep into account is Titan had no equipment to fend off short. He had to go for the aggressive play. Like, he had to roll the dice and try and bring it down into a 2-on-2, taking a position in CT, which allows him to look up to long, potentially. I can understand the play there. Unfortunately, he just missed the up shot, and from there on in, it was only going to go one way. Good retake from G2 Kingwin, but at least that bomb plant is going to secure more grenades for Titan. They have the AWP again for Smiths. But this round is shaping up nicely. Like, this is anybody's half at this point. Like, it's so hard to call. Makalele with a good opening pick onto Smiths, though.
Yep, and that's what we've been seeing all day from him. Finding another one, taking down Smiths. Man advantage for G2 Kingwin, and Titan on the verge of their economy collapsing here. So Kingwin in round 10, this is that 2-for-1 situation. It very well could be 8-3 after this, and you know, we looked at the average T rounds won. The fact that Kingwin just after this round could have already won the half on CT's side would be pretty good.
Certainly would. But as you said, yeah, Makalele, I'd be very interested if there's a way for us to find out how many entries or how many first picks he's got today. I think it's going to be a staggeringly high number.
There is a way.
Oh, what a shot from Shocks! I guess that's the other thing that we mentioned in the pre-game analysis, is that even if Smiths isn't firing with the AWP and isn't getting a lot of frags, Shocks can pick it up and do just as well, but he's been taken down. There's Fox on the back of the side, spots a second player, and the CTs pick up their 7th round. And Titan may very well be back into an eco here. Yeah, looks likely. With the round loss, they may go for Tech 9 armor.
Or maybe just Tech 9s.
Or just Tech 9s, yeah.
And they will be getting $20 and $100 if they lose this one.
Yep.
But I don't think you really want... You don't want to buy less than $2,000 pretty much.
Seems like they made a really late decision there, because... Oh, someone's AFK. Existence. Hello?
He's like, you know what,
a good
guys?
sign when your IGL is at spawn chilling.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe got up for a sec, maybe... I mean, the fact that he wasn't there with the Glock and then comes back to buy the 250 makes me think he was just not there. I was gonna try to cover him and say that he was just calling some strats or something, but nah. For the next round, of course, not for this one. They just walk into a blender of the B tunnels.
It's also possible, I guess, that in these kind of rounds where it's an eco and you're just not expecting to really get anything done, that you could start to try and figure out, you know, strats in upcoming rounds. I think it's something that Moses touched on. I can't remember which tournament it was, but he said he'd like to see more teams like trying to, instead of necessarily like calling timeouts to get strats done, maybe do them in the eco rounds where you're feeling like...
The Swedish eco.
Yeah, kind of. So, I think it's quite interesting that maybe Titan were going for one of those in this round. Or maybe we're just completely overanalyzing this and he went to the bathroom or something.
Pretty sure he was AFK, yeah.
We're like, yeah, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's probably just, you know, AFK. 16 for 7 for Rain, by the way. Dude is playing well.
Yeah, hasn't aced yet, though, so I'm still disappointed. Just gonna put that one out there.
You're like that disapproving parent. It's like, yeah, you got an A, but you could have got an A+.
Oh, A's? That's great. Where's the A+? Try harder next time. And you gotta go to piano lessons right now. Oh, Smith, yeah, trying to play off the timing. The smoke blooms, waits a little bit too long to take the shot, but of course he couldn't have known. You're always playing the mind games in that situation. But the call must have come out that there could be someone lower B. You see a lot of nades, Molotovs going down, some of those terrorists, some of those CTs. Scream thinking about peeking, and actually Fox has already pulled back, right? Yeah, he did.
has pulled back. And whereas I said, this is anybody's half. If Kingwin win this round, I feel like it's starting to shape up very nicely for them. Like, not only are they definitely going to get like at least a 9-6 if they win this, but it could get a lot worse for Titan because they're on that kind of breaking point. I feel right now. But they've run into a pretty sturdy defense. They won 3 in a row. But that's the only 3 rounds that they did end up getting. And G2 Kingwin are starting to find their rhythm here. They're starting to find their routine. There's a CT side where they really struggled as well against Hellraisers just previously, so the fact they are mounting up decent rounds already is worrying. Here comes a drop from Scream that was spotted from Makalele, but he can't land either of the shots. They weren't the easiest for him to land, in fairness, but still, he'll be disappointed he didn't at least convert one of those. And now Shox is waiting for the opportune moment to strike onto Dennis, who is now trying to rotate around and get some kills down for his team. RPK stood there though with the AK-47. Rain comes in with one. He gets traded out. Jacobs landed one as well. And these trades back and forth are only going to favour Titan. And it appears that the round is going to slip away from Kingwin. And they're not even going to be able to save themselves one weapon. 8-4. Big round for Titan as they're called.
Yeah, definitely is. Still is not going to be enough to break G2 Kingwin, so they'll have another rifle round coming right back out. Will the... Okay, the op is bot. Yeah, I think Fox had to purchase that one, and he will throw it over to Makalele. Makalele's definitely been the better of the two with the op today. We'll see if he can't start them off with another first kill, but here's Smith once again picking middle. Can he find a shot? Gets a little bit blind. Doesn't tag anyone up either. And are they trying to bait another shot from him? Makalele looking over towards the old green boxes. Oh, still hidden from Smiths. Smith decides to push down. He might just walk into that crosshair of Makalele. And meanwhile, I can see a couple people watching the B push for the Titan side, a couple in the tunnels, and the bomb be coming down to the base of middle.
So far, the Titan really haven't done anything to worry G2 Kingwin too much. The issue is, though, again, it's the lack of grenades, and this is off the back of losing that round. Just a molly, a flash, and a smoke remain. And with a minute to play with, G2 Kingwin have got to put down these perfectly if they want to stop this initial charge in. Like, for me, Titan probably will get this bomb planted, whatever happens, and therefore it's going to force out... It's almost forcing the hand of G2 Kingwin to go aggressive. Like, that's the issue. They need the information. They need to try and get kills from the back of Titan. Dust 2 is one of those maps where it does allow you to push up very aggressively on the CT side, but it backfires. They've lost 2 players now, and on this potential retake, unless Makalele can land a shot or 2 on the cross, like, this is key, instrumental if Makalele can do this. But Smith has sussed this one out. There's the first shot landing. That wasn't Makalele, it was Dennis. So Makalele now peeking to his left-hand side. This is going to allow the terrorists to jet across the bomb site, though, and get this planted. Very well done by Smith. Even though he dies, he buys up the rest of his team the opportunity to plant that bomb.
Wow, my game froze for like so long, but I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, weird. I don't know why it's been doing that.
Yeah, I've been having issues as well.
I have it installed on an SSD too. Like I thought previously that it was just like my hard drive failing when I had it on the old hard drive, but I don't know, man. Still think it's my old hard drive just hanging my computer. But that doesn't matter.
I'm also having issues with freezing and like crashing randomly as well. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but I mean, since the last patch,
seems pretty rampant, yeah, for everybody. And speaking of it, I wonder if Smith's maybe just reconnecting, try to find those frames. I don't know. RPK out as well. 2 minutes for us. Looks like something's going on over there. And someone on G2 Kingwin had to pee. Just too much ping.
Well, hopefully that gets resolved. This is Reed. So 8-5.
What did they have? I mean, Scream's got 15. Existence and Shox have 30 and 36. I mean, it couldn't have been that bad, right? Fox from Portugal has got the worst. He's at 59.
That's the thing, right? Like, to me, a high pings are like 100. To pros, maybe 60. 60 is pushing it, you know?
I mean, 60 is a high ping, but...
Yeah. But then again, we used to cast... We used to cast Mo a lot for Hellraisers, and he would have over 100 ping, and he'd be playing with an AWP.
Like 120.
So, I guess it's what you're used to, right? Like, if you're used to that kind of ping, it's probably not quite as terrible as if you just randomly log on. It's like, oh, I went from a 10 ping to 120. Well, good luck hitting anybody with that.
Yeah, Adrian kind of had the same. Because I think they were both the Kazakhstan players for Hellraisers.
Yeah, I believe so. I know they lived quite a distance away from Central Europe. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. So wait, RPK ping only spikes when you just join the server. RPK's coming down now. 66, 52. I mean,
Yeah, looks all right. It's
that
getting
seems
towards
fine.
the low 40s. Yeah, I mean, he's hitting like a 30-odd ping. But then again, if you're getting lost or something, you can't really tell that from
Yeah,
ping. But they
that's
did.
true.
To be fair, though, they did say ping's too high. They didn't say anything about loss.
Oh, didn't look at it before. Yeah, but the ping, the difference is the funniest thing, right? Like sometimes I'll play with some of the guys from Public Lair, and I can't remember what team Autis went to, but whatever, not another main team in Civo. And they play in Sweden, so it's fine when we hit like other European countries or like Russians where they're also having like they have like 60 ping, I've got like 110, 120, so it's not too big of a difference. But if we hit like a Swedish stack and I've got 120 and everyone else on the server has 5, it's like you can't even play. And I haven't tried that since the patch. Now that a lot of the animations and like movement has gone server side, like I imagine the lag would make it really impossible.
I mean, I used to live in Finland and I had mobile phone internet for like 3 months. That was the worst experience of my life when it comes to the internet because it would randomly, like, it was about 110 solid all the time, and it would randomly spike to like 300. It was unplayable. I stopped playing
brutal.
FPS for that duration of time because it was way too stressful to play.
All right,
We
looks
are
like
live
we
again, though.
are back. Yeah, and let's remind ourselves, Titan taking 2 rounds in a row. Though G2 King went a little bit broke. You can see Fox and Rain not buying anything on this round. And Jacob Makalele Dennis still having that AK op and Deagle. Here we go into round 14. 1 left in the half. And the last one should be a rifle round, regardless of what happens here.
Yeah. The issue, though, for GT Kingwin is if they do not keep the AWP this round, I believe it's either going to be glass cannon or no AWP at all. And that's a big pick to start things off for Makalele. Because he gets it quite clean, he can just stay in that position as well. Typically, if AWP has missed that shot, they instantly drop back down. He has just now because realizing that Long could get pushed. That gave him an opportunity to maybe get a second frag. Wasn't the case.
There's the new meta smoke wall over at Long to get Scream into the pit.
Yes, a big play actually. You know, getting Scream in there is important. It keeps the information key as well for Titan. This can funnel G2 Kingwin into a position as well that will put Titan in the advantageous position on top of that. So, how's Scream going to play this? It looks like he's going to play it aggressive. He's going to come up behind the CT. This could be huge. That being said, so is Dennis. Very nearly lands the headshot. Does tag Smith down to 38. Is he going to have a chance to push onto the site? Makalele doesn't get his opportunity off on Scream, and he will pick up his second frag. Here comes Dennis. Picks up the AK-47. He can't do anything. And G2 Kingwin have been put down.
Got brutalized.
They did indeed. And I'm curious, are they going to get an open play? So yeah, they can afford an AWP, but it would be a glass cannon if they do choose. And I think they're going for the M4s instead.
Yeah, there's no way they'd be able to afford one of those. If they wanted to have one, they needed to put Makalele in a spot outside the action so that he'd have a chance to save, but he was kind of in the thick of it there. He goes down, and here we go into the last round of the half. Titan certainly making a nice comeback, 3 in a row. They've matched their previous streak, and well, a lot of theirs have come on rifle rounds, where of course G2 Kingwin have the first 3 of the half to their name. So probably 5 rifles to the 3 or 4 of Titan.
Again, though, you're in that same predicament from G2 Kingwin where you don't have defuse kits. Titan still have decent amounts of grenades to use. I say that I just used loads of them there to break through onto Catwalk. Again, the drop comes in. There's Makalele with 2 kills, Screaming existence. 1.6 for under. Jacob now takes over the mantle from his teammate. Makalele with a third. It's all on shocks. Must be wondering what just happened to the rest of his team. 1 versus 4. All 4 players pretty healthy. And they still have a couple flashes and a smoke to play with. And Rain is going to have this frag if Jacob didn't. As you can see, he had managed to get his way into long doors. Big round there for Kingwin, and that's a 9-6 scoreline at half-time, and that's on the CT side, not bad at all.
Yeah, so not what I would have expected looking at the previous data. You know, definitely projecting that the teams would be winning their T side. I mean, I guess someone has to win the T side, right? So maybe it does make sense, and I just don't know what I'm saying. The Kingwin getting those 9 rounds. Titan, right? Their T side. It always throws me off that they flip before the next half starts. Titan, thinking that the T side would have been a little bit better. It's kind of what they're known for. You can see they were even running some pretty complex strats, right? Like going for those mid to B splits, dropping someone off cat, and then using that new smoke wall to get a player into pit, then going for the A split. Like they were using some next level strats, but some really good aim here from G2 Kingwin, and of course a lot of rounds, more so earlier on when they had the ops coming out. Makalele still continuing to hit some amazing shots, so it will be G2 Kingwin to win the T side. Gosh, I'm too tired, Bettis. Make me stop talking. To win the CT side.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
I'm looking at the screen and
I knew what you were going for there.
I'm
sure a lot
gonna
of
go
them
cry.
too. It's okay. I'll comfort you. Hugs at LAN.
Yeah.
So it's one of those kind of performances as well where I feel a lot of the time I'm looking to what people are doing wrong. It's just like naturally the kind of person that I am, right? I'm looking for the mistakes. I'm looking for the flaws in someone's tactics. This is one of those performances where I don't even think Titan did too much wrong. Like collectively, did they play 100%? No. But G2 Kingwin were fantastic. They had a really solid CT side. I feel like it was more their solid play than Titan's poor play. But roles reversed now. G2 Kingwin on the T side, Titan on CT. This pistol round, very, very important for Titan. I was going to say the Frenchman, but of course they've got Belgians in the mix as well.
Yeah, they got that 3-2 split now, so
Mm-hmm.
can't say that anymore. Now we've got beer, Belgian beer to go with the baguettes.
Oh, Belgian chocolate, dude.
Or chocolate.
It's so much fun.
Chocolate croissants, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
They've got it going on over on Titan.
That's like the best of both.
I want to join that
worlds.
team.
Oh man, I want some chocolate croissants right now.
Good, and pretty much a full Kevlar round. It's just Jacob going for some of that utility here for the T sign, and Scream will go for a kit and a flash. Look at RPK though. Some quick crouches, and from behind that box, he will take that shot. So will we see another half of CT dominance? Because again, that's not what we expected, even though I butchered that point at halftime. I feel really bad about it.
It's all good. I am sure everyone understood what you were going for. It's no worries. But Titan has started off well in this round. 2 frags for them. Full armors now on Kingwin. G2 Kingwin, the last remaining players. And there's the headshot from Scream. It's going to make things that much more difficult. They are going to get the bomb plant though, which keeps the options open now for G2 Kingwin going through into the next couple of rounds. Shocks. It's kind of obvious that they're going to lose from this position, but that bomb plant in itself was pretty crucial. You know, they look for the retake strat from Titan. They're kind of known for doing this on other maps like Cash, for example. And obviously Cash and Dust 2 have a lot of similarities between the two, how they're laid out. Titan do take the round, but as I said, G2 Kingwin with that bomb plant, do they want to go for the force or do they want to save for the next round? I feel like the save for the next round is the smarter of the plays.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some merit to the mind games of you go Tech 9 armor when you plant in the first round because the teams just don't expect it and maybe you'll catch them off guard. And that works because teams will usually go for more rifles on their CT side after you plant the bomb, and then the Tech 9 still counter the rifles if you don't put in the mixture of submachine guns, which were buffed. So, very obviously, to just counter pistol armor, it can work out. And it might have worked out because there was only one submachine gun. It's down, and Smith didn't buy anything, right? Just got that armor and has a USP. But there you go. Getting aggressive, Titan are on the CT side into middle. Actually, we saw similar tactics from G2 Kingwin.
Yeah, and obviously the reason why Smith didn't buy anything is so he could get the AWP sooner. So now he has the AWP and the grenades. So, big round coming up for G2 Kingwin. As expected, the AK's coming in. Just 2 smokes, one of which has been thrown instantly, so that's more than likely going to be down mid to try and block off the vision of the CTs, but it's not going to stop Makalele from landing the first shot. He will be traded out from Shocks. You had a eerily quiet first half, I think it's safe to say, but has started off his CT half pretty well. Are they going to try and push through that smoke? That could potentially catch Smiths off guard, and you can see it has absolutely done so. The flashbang through the smoke. Yeah, I think he pulled a grenade out at the same time, so everything going wrong for Smiths. And that's after saving up in that previous round, so a lot of those dreams have been dashed. Now Shocks has been caught out of position on long, throwing the flashbang, wasn't expecting the fast pick. Everything's going wrong for Titan. As RPK goes for the pick, he gets caught out as well. And out sort of distance, what can you pull off for us? I feel like best case scenario for him now was like at least one frag and then pull himself back to B and try and save. The fact he misses the shot allows G2 Kinguin to try and push his location. They take it down, they're going to trade out the AWP. And that's pretty much as good as it gets from G2 Kinguin's perspective. Keeping a player alive, taking down an AWP from Titan, forcing them now into a potential eco.
Yeah, that hurts. What a key round to lose. And that's how your CT side gets off to a really rocky start, which is the opposite of what Titan really needs here. They needed it to, of course. Have a very dominant CT side to close this map out as they're kind of making that comeback from the 9-6 half. And now they're onto the eco themselves, and RPK is still at 3,800 bucks, so I think if they need to in the next round, they can probably pull that op back out. They'll just have to drop it over to either Shocks or Smiths. But Rain has found Shocks at the start of this round. Existence does get a trade with the three-pointer from downtown. They need to bring down Rain.
Pretty sweet nade as well. From mid all the way up to the, well, I was going to say, from the CT side of mid all the way up to the barrel of mid. And right next to Shocks. I think it did quite a lot of damage to Scream as well. To Dennis as well, I should say. But here comes the push. The smoke's landing. Ending off the vision on the CT side. G2 Kinguin have picked themselves up a couple of kills off the so that Molotov's going to stop them from pushing. He dies first anyway from Dennis. 2 frags for him. You can see what Smiths was going for. The desperation kill on the site, but decent cover from Fox is going to stop him. And that leaves Scream with his deagle. Hoping he can claim a couple of headshots here. That really is all he can hope for. So G2 Kinguin are poised for their 11th round. And we discussed this before about how important it was for Titan to start well on this half. And so far so good for G2 Kinguin.
Yeah, this is what we were expecting, right? The Terrorists to come out swinging and winning these rounds when these two teams faced off against one another. Well, Scream able to save a deagle, and so what is that, 1650 for some equipment value right there? But it doesn't matter too much. They'll be able to buy back up. Is the op? No, they don't go for the op. They may. I think they're actually $100 short, or maybe even just 50 for RPK to actually drop an op, and then go for armor as well.
Standard setup for Titan, but with an aggressive. Well, with aggressive overtones, I think it's safe to say, because they did look to have a quick peek there, but the smoke stops them from doing so. A lot of information grabbing from Dennis. I'm not too sure about that. Going out raw without flashing by yourself, it's effectively just gift wrap yourself across to the enemy team for very little in return. You know people are going to be on there, so you can't even say, oh, you know, it's information. Well, of course there's going to be players on A site. Definitely not that trade they were looking for. Smith with a nice frag there. Shocks just pushes behind the little steps. He gets himself the kills. This one horribly wrong for G2 Kinguin. They do get 1 kill back, but that's definitely not good enough for them. Barreling through onto the site, they've got the bomb. If they can get a bomb plant, that may very well soothe some of the wounds that they've been inflicted on. Jacob found himself a headshot, pushes into the site, and RPK and Scream are there to answer the call. Titan have picked themselves back up around. Only 2 players lost in the process, and there is the AWP as well, which I believe was picked off the corpse of Makalele.
Yeah, so of course, G2 King, we're just getting off to a bad start right there, and you know, Dennis peeks out alone without much support. He goes down, then I guess G2 King were feeling pressured to make those plays on Cat, and quite frankly, they just kind of get outplayed by the Titan players who are up there, so they drop around. So only 2 in a row, that's the biggest streak so far into this second half. And you still got you got Makalele and Fox still spotting middle right now. Fox will go off over to B. Makalele looks like he'll be setting up a smoke. Whether this will go at long or in middle, I'm not quite sure. And yeah, it'll be for long. I want to see where this goes. Oh, it's just right for the corner.
That second smoke wrecked what RPK was hoping for. He's going to hold a close angle and just literally hold his finger down on the trigger and hope for the best. That flash, though, absolutely perfect from Titan. RPK with 2 kills. Really, the MVP there was the flashbang, though. RPK would not be able to get those kills without the flash landing on.
Yeah, it was nice.
Good start for Titan here. 45 seconds. How are G2 Kingdom going to react to the initial onslaught from their opposition?
Oh, they got the smoke down. They're trying to do the mid to B split. Shox is in there. Screams in CT spawn as well. They're all just looking through, expecting this. No one's going to quite push through it yet because your B site is still okay for now. Screen finds 2. RP King to get the 3rd. Makalele does hit an op shot, but it doesn't matter all that much.
It never fails to amaze me. You know, we talk about Scream's potential, like his potency with headshotting. But when you see it in action, I can't even fathom how ridiculous it is. How would you go about emulating that? I don't even know where you'd start. Like, every single shot seems to land on the head for him.
I think for me personally, I'd probably have to go download headshot.exe if I wanted to emulate Scream, but
that's probably a good call. I'm right there with you.
I
Let's
don't
get back
recommend
to
that, but
the most romantic of backs. Eco around there for G2 King, which is why I'm not really getting too carried away. We're expecting that to be a shutout from Titan. Here comes another bite.
yeah, so see if Kingwin can kind of avoid that misstep that they did have back when they lost on round 20. That was the one where Dennis kind of went down early on. They try to make a play on Catwalk and they get shut out by Titan. And the long control. It'll be a lot easier this time. Titan not even bothering with it. But you do have a bit of an issue. Look at Shox. He is pushed all the way in behind them, but he's struggling. He is struggling to hit these shots. He gets them both, though, in the end. And he dropped the bomb. Player up there still in spawn. That's Makalele. I think oh, he's only got a scout. So, yeah. And that shot. Shox, of course, will still stay hidden. He's only got 22 HP, so he doesn't want to step out and get one-shotted by a scout.
How
So, yeah.
aggressive these Titan positions are, though. Right up mid.
I mean, I think RPK hasn't killed anyone yet, but I'm almost going to give him the credit on this round, right? Because we go back to the last rifle round that G2 King win lose. They fight for that long control, and RPK shoves them down completely at long. So this time, they send 4 people and then 1 guy watching the mid double doors. So 4 people fighting for long control, 1 watching mid double doors. And I think that's in an effort to make sure, you know, RPK doesn't kill us all because he's in pit. So that just allows Shox a massive opening to walk up the catwalk, get in behind them, and even though those kills were not the cleanest, he does still find the boat. And now it's RPK on the catwalk, getting his hands dirty, sees that Molotov come through, sprays in its general direction, and connects to the face of Makalele.
Solid round as well, in the sense that of course, wasn't an eco, and Titan win just losing 1 player. Taking's down to $50? Am I missing something here? Oh, it just... Huh?
Did it
Was that
not,
just me
did
that
it not
had
update
that?
for you?
It was on $50 for ages, and then suddenly it was on 2.5k. Like, what? And that, like,
You know,
that's not the kind of mistake that you make at the end of the round. Like, that was a good 15 seconds into this round. Just CSGO things. I think
No,
these
I
on
mean,
his last
Jack
legs.
Bauer forgot to cut the CT side of the checks for this month. Like, that happens sometimes. Money's tight.
I was like, how does he only have $50? He didn't die after time. What's going on? And then suddenly 2.5k. Alright, Gaben. Chill out, mate.
So Shox waiting around for this mid push. It's going to be pistol fueled, and there it is. Makalele with the opening headshot with the Tech 9. He'll bring down Shox. And G2 Kingwin not taking any map control off of that, but certainly feeling a bit better. They'll regroup and perhaps a bit rejuvenated. Rain going forward with the scout, looking to put that blood in the water. For either Jacob or Makalele. And Dennis is hound. Or rather, did actually Dennis, I guess he purchased that AK? So kind of a broken buy up here from Kingwin. Or did they take it from Shox?
Yeah, so one of those broken buys where they have the round loss to support getting lower by next round anyway. And they've done a fairly decent job. Smiths is on 2, Scream's on 4. So only a couple shots away from death. Same could be said for RPK, so these scouts could finish off with Existence and Scream. Are going to both pop up onto the catwalk and take down G2 Kingwin. Again, though, with that bomb plant, this is going to be a comfortable rebuy for G2 Kingwin. Titan just take the lead. And after a really rocky start on their CT side, it seems like finally they have started to get some momentum in their favor. 2 players on 10k. Economy's looking good.
Yeah, so definitely looking like now it's going to be a CT-sided affair for both of these teams. Titan, of course, in the lead right now, having won, 7 of the 9 rounds here in the second half, including the pistol. And Smith, there it is, opening shot, brings down Dennis, and just like that, Titan could be getting into a pretty good position at 14 rounds. It's always going to keep G2 Kinguin force buying and trying to play for the win. Although, I mean, they're in the double digits already, 11 rounds. Maybe they can do a save buy for and play for a tie here on the first map. Get it into OT, but Smith with another shot. Still not taken down. Will miss here onto Fox, but gets up the old repeat, takes him down. Rain sprays on RPK on the catwalk. Makalele and Rain up against Titan, who have 3 members still remaining. And that bomb might just be getting cut off. Shocks with that op. He has no slouch with the op either.
Yeah, I think Fox will be very disappointed he missed his chance in mid against Smiths, because that could have really changed how this round went. But it doesn't seem to matter anyway. Titan take the round with ease, and that is now 6 in a row for them. Only one of those rounds has been a defuse as well, so it just goes to show how convincing a lot of these rounds have been if I'm looking at how many people survived. They haven't dropped below 3 players in these last 6 rounds, so that's a very well played from Titan on their CT side.
Another rifle, somewhat limited on the nades here, and of course no op for G2 Kinguin. It's been a big part of their games today, where they did already split a series against the Hellraisers' new lineup, and are really desperately looking for at least 1 point from Titan, but it doesn't look like Titan want to give them that. I mean, coming into the second half, I was actually thinking G2 Kinguin might be able to close this out. Again, still expecting those T-sides to be a bit better, but no, not the case today. Smith's gone down early. Now Scream trying to tap in those headshots onto Fox. He's on those lower B stairs. Scream, he's out pretty aggressive and alone. He does kind of need to get an opening pick. That being said, he also doesn't want to just die and leave it in a 5-on-3. So they'll back off and they'll try to defend these sites 2 in A, 2 in B. Not the best situation for Titan, but let's see if they can't make do.
Yeah, Scream really using that smoke very well. Originally puts it down to make sure the fast push isn't in, then goes for the peak, knowing he can escape through the smoke and no one can chase him down, like shooting through there. So, very nicely done. He's going to be peeking again. There's the first headshot. Molotov landed, second one as well. Boltzmann drops, he's looking for more. He doesn't get it. Existence move on was watching mid. Great hold from those 2 on the B side. That leaves Makalele with 25 seconds to go, and the bomb in front of him on a 1v3 retake. And it's not going to happen. Titan pick it up. And edge ahead. Got 4 map points here, Joey. And we've already spoken about before this game how important this matchup is for G2 Kinguin to win outright. Because Titan are above them in the league right now. Top 3 go through to LAN. Kinguin, I believe, are currently 4th. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
So this was huge for them to get 2-0. I mean, it's still possible if they take us to overtime, but it's starting to slip away. 2 scouts are in play. It's one of the maps where that can definitely work out for you, but you've got to connect the shot. Smiths is down to 16, however, as he peeks up mid.
Yeah, taking quite a... I mean, you got AKs and scouts shooting through that door, so Smith's taking a bit of damage, and he gets blown back by the scout. He actually went flying. That's kind of weird. So Smith is down, but, I mean, let's not forget... Okay, maybe this is too much. And that's definitely too much. Yakem gets 2 more kills, so it was 5-on-3 for a brief time period. Now 4-on-1, and Yakem actually covers it with the triple kill. But I was kind of worried because you go back to the previous round where gamers do find the opening pick. That forces the CTs to kind of split up. They actually just stopped playing middle. They got 2 in A, 2 in B. Kinguin decides to hit into B, where, I mean, normally 2 people play B anyways, and most teams avoid it. So they kind of walk into a bit of a trap, lose that 1 round to a great setup from Scream and Existence. But here on this round, I mean, the pick through the doors, Smiths will fall. Seems like bringing down Smiths is a pretty key part. Coming down to the sniper duels at middle, and again, they take that. Look at that. Both Scream and Existence both heavily tagged.
Power tapping through those doors, man. I agree. I think taking down Smiths in mid is crucial, not just because it alleviates the potential of the AWP, but it also puts a gaping hole in mid, and that's always the worst case scenario for the CTs, is you have to put players from other sites into mid to make sure that's controlled, and in doing so it weakens the other sites themselves. So it has this domino knock-on effect, and That's definitely not going to help matters. With Existence going down, you can
Fox.
see instantly Shox has to rotate through mid and try and stop this in case that fast push comes in. Shox smart though. He's going to be watching mid instead, and I think Jacob is hungry to have that quick peek. He has his crosshair in the perfect position. Going to come around the corner. Kills huge, and Shox takes it down with ease. Scream's there as well on B. He's holding it by himself. There's another frag though. Makalele takes out Shox, and Scream's been picked up. But just when you thought that maybe the worst was over for Titan, it goes back heavily in G2 Kinguin's favour. That up shot not taking down Fox, I think it was, who jumped across. Did tag him though, I think, down to 50.
Yeah, I thought it did too, but I'm not sure. Fox did also hit the entry in B, so he might have taken some of that damage from
true.
Scream.
Well, either way, the Titan want to try and retake this.
Let's look at the money. No, they don't. No, they don't. They want to save, and they want to try to close this out before it gets into a really dicey situation. And if G2 King would win a couple more rounds, well, a couple, I say, well, really just one, right?
Well, for the economy, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, winning one more round would most likely leave it to overtime. So Titan want to try to close it out in the upcoming round 29. Maybe they stop peeking middle.
Yeah, you can still hold mid just playing passive. See a lot of teams will do this, you know, Freakazoid's position on the boxes, something that Titan don't really use too much with an assault rifle can do the trick. Or Smith could just hold, you know, more of a deeper angle and watch mid if needs be, or he could take the orthodox position up on the car, you know, and just watch it from there. There's a lot of different ways to aggress this, but he's been picked off on the cross. Oh my goodness, Titan, you are letting this one slip.
Well, I mean, you got a cross still. There's not much they can do with that one. I didn't quite notice if Smith's actually tried to take that peek or not, but, I mean, they've been putting AKs and scouts down middle. Now they've got the double ops ringing out. I don't think Smith wants to have taken that battle. And
yeah.
Did Shox go and pick up the op from Smith's, or did they must have only been able to afford one op? So, yeah, he's gone and picked it up from Smith's, and that will leave Shox alone in the site and 3 over at A.
The reason I said that is because we just spoke about this before. Like, maybe just don't bother with mid for a while. Like, you know they keep tapping through mid with the AKs, the AWPs, the scouts in the past. Maybe just hold off from mid for a little bit, get yourself safe, and then come back afterwards. Try and force G2 Kinguin to time themselves out. Here comes the push, though. And because it's a 4-on-4, G2 Kinguin know they should have the player advantage in this scenario. I don't think they'll expect 3 players to be here. And the flashes are absolutely on point. There's another one. Makalele is the only player to land back, but he gets 2 frags of his own. They know that Scream is down towards the CT side. The bomb is dropped and another player is coming up catwalk. Dennis very nearly gets the spray down onto Scream. Really, there's 6 HP worth of damage. I thought I'd have done more from that, but now Shox from behind. He could be the crucial member. Or either of G2 King are going to be expecting this one. Dennis is in no man's land, and he gets picked off. It's all a Makalele's AWP.
Shox peeks out and goes in for the double scope. He looked like he was really confused there for a second. So Shox, he's the man who killed Fox over a B earlier. Gets a kill coming up long, and actually Scream running the screen there. He distracts, and Shox takes off the head, and there it is in the books. Titan winning. Here on Dust 2, 16-13, and well, the battle of the T-sided teams turns into a CT-sided affair here on Dust 2. Who would have thought?
It's like training all over again.